What's up, everybody? Doug Lane here, Fast Lane Car Care. We have a, what's that? 2016 Lincoln MKZ in the house today. Or, oh, MKX, my bad. MKX. I know somebody's gonna call me on that. Excuse me. We're just doing the fronts to match the back. I got had. What I mean by that is, customer's dropping off one car, then he's asking me about getting this car done. He said he just wanted the front too. I didn't even look at it. It's got 4 windows, but I'm gonna show you how we do these. Let me try to adjust you so I can see. So if you can see here, we really do not have a border at all, and in fact we got some glue squeeze out here. But I'm gonna show you how I do these. There's a lot of, I mean, these are really popular on the Fords and Lincolns. There's really not much of a border, and they're not consistent. Like that window over there has a border everywhere but like right here. So what I do is I'll take a little bit of glass cleaner and I'll spray it up on this edge, and I hope you guys can see this, but I'm gonna take this blade and I'm gonna lay it like flat. I'm gonna try to get the edge of the blade back behind this seal. And all I'm doing is basically creating space between the glass and the seal. I'm not trying to cut the seal at all. I don't want to remove any material, anything like that. And basically the glass cleaner is just there for lubrication, so it's not trying to fight you. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the blade's sliding up in there quite a bit. And then we're just gonna kind of rotate it, you know, just go around the entire perimeter. Now I've already done this, but then I was like, you know what, I wasn't gonna do a video today, but then I was like, you know what, we'll just show them, because I know this would be really handy. What I am gonna try to do is get the rest of this silicone squeeze out. I'm sure it's probably not silicone. There's probably some kind of a technical name for it, but I don't know it, so I hope this turns out all right. Same deal, going vertically. You know what I mean? And you might have to play with it. There might be ways where you can't get your blade in a certain way. Try to get some of that squeeze out there. I don't know if you guys can see, I've got 2 different knives. This is the knife that I cut all my film with. This is a knife that I use for cleaning. If I need to, you know, get adhesive or whatever out. Well, same thing, you can use this. I really hope that turns out. You can see that the seal like kind of bulges out. You know, I'm sliding my knife in there, creating space. You can even go vertically, because we don't need we really aren't using the blade aspect of it. We're just trying to shove something in between the seal and the glass to get that rubber to release a little bit. That's all we're doing. We're not trying to cut the seal out. Some people do. I don't know. I don't like cutting seals, guys. So once you get that done, one of the other things I do with these, I just cleaned my, just refilled my keg. That's what I was looking for. Just refilled my keg, so I got some air in there. So these are the offcuts off of my top of my window. Well, my front windows. You know, doesn't really matter if you get a straight edge or not. I like to use a straight edge on this back edge, but you don't have to, because usually the inside of that seal is not anywhere close to straight anyway. Now, just to get started, I'm just gonna cut this excess off so it's out of the way. Before we get too carried away, let's double check that we put it on there right. I don't know if you can see it, but we did. we got a release liner facing up. You got a couple methods here. We could Sharpie this if we wanted to. However, I just don't think it would come out that great for me. So I'm gonna mount that pretty good. Now on the bottom, we do have a border. So I'm gonna stick this on the seal. Cut across there. Get rid of that. This is a tricky part. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but I'm going to cut like dead on that line. I really don't want to be over it by like even a measurable amount. And these I prefer, I don't always do it, but I generally will always single cut these, meaning I'll cut one out and then the other, because these things are very inconsistent. Like I was saying earlier, like when we go, I probably won't even show that side because it's the same thing, but that side has a border where this side doesn't, and like that's just one of the things you run into with these little windows, especially on these Fords and stuff. Now I've never taken these apart, so I couldn't tell you how easy it is to pull the seal, like pull the glass out and everything like we do with the Hondas. Never done it. Don't know how easy it would be. The most annoying thing I find about these is these these mirrors like do their own thing. They open and close. I'm sure it's for like parking assistance or whatever, but like if you have the key on too long, they'll open, then they'll close, and it's like, what are you even doing here? So then when you fold them out of the way, they like to make this hideous popping noise when they come back, and it sounds like you broke it, but you didn't. It just is what it is. I think I'll use a steel wool scrubby just to rough up that dot matrix, and then hopefully get any of the leftover silicone, whatever it is. See if we can't get all that off of there, at least most of it. The one nice thing about these smaller windows is, I hate to say it, but they're a lot smaller and they're less noticeable. Like I couldn't tell you how many times people will call me asking for a price on like RAV4s and Pilots and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I just want the front two windows. And then you'll be like, well, those have 4 windows, don't they? What? Huh? And it's like, yeah, up there by your rear view mirror. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Or your side view, whatever you want to call these mirrors. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I need those done too. It's like, okay, then. So, oh, I took everything with it. That's not good. Okie dokie then. I don't think I've ever had that happen. I really don't want to touch it. So where I was going with the whole, like, they're small and not really noticeable, if you do end up making a little bit of a mistake, generally it's not as much of a big deal as if you were tinting like something else, one of the main windows. Stick my shank in there and try to create enough space to get that film to lay down in there, which probably might not work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you gotta fight it a little bit. Whoop. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I don't know if you can see it, but I got all this good to go, and I got a little bit of an issue right here and a little bit of an issue right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna mount this here because we can. It's good. That's gonna keep this from slipping and sliding wherever, and that ended up working out. So what we got, this is easy to fix. I'll show you. We're touching our rubber right down here. All we gotta do is trim that up. Our bigger concern is right in here, which we're just gonna, there we go. Okay. See if we can absorb some of this moisture so we can get a little better idea of what's going on. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see this, but just use a tri-edge just to hold that down if we can. It's a lot of rocket surgery right there. All we did was just trim below the line. That's all we had to do. Now we can hard tool this. Looks like we need to trim out this one little corner. Yep, there's touching right there. That's all we had to do. This little corner was touching. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I know you guys want to know what the outside's going to look like. So, let's see it. Okay. You can see we got some stuff in the dot matrix and we got a little bit of moisture right there we need to push out. But that's really no big deal. We don't have any light gaps. We don't have, you know, no light gaps. We don't have any creases, any pinches, anything like that. So now it's just a matter of, you know, we could use a bigger squeegee if we want, if we can get it in there. A lot of different ways we can go about it. But now that we got everything set, we know, you know, it's gonna work. Now we could really push on it and get some moisture out of it. A lot of the dot matrix, you guys know, it's gonna dry, and dot matrix is kind of one of those things where it's gonna dry however it wants to dry. There's not really there's never a guarantee on how good it'll come out or whatever, but there it is, she's tinted. So that's how you do these little annoying windows on a lot of Ford and Lincoln cars. At least that's how I do them. No cutting, no plotter, no problems. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna get the other one done, get this car out of here, and get the next one started. So thanks guys for watching. Hopefully it helps.